Alright, and hello and welcome back to Mordheim, City of the Damned, where we'll be looking at Slaviour's cult warband for the Battle of Behemoths. Slaviour, a veteran, happy to have him back. He is a previous tournament winner, so he's going to have quite a nice warband to look at here with the cult using the Paranoia mod. It looks like he is Asylum, Second Chance. I believe this is his original warband file. Yeah, it had a lot of battles, 500. Woo! So yeah, maybe that's why they're the second chance. I'm not sure. I know he played them in a previous tournament. The Colton did not win, so he won with the Undead previously. But very good player. We'll be checking out his team. It looks like he's got Magister, two mutants. Crazy to see like mutants as the heroes being focused. A Doomweaver, of course, only the cult can take Doomweavers, and a Marauder. Of course, this Chaos Spawn. I say that because the first heroes are considered kind of inferior, but they've done a lot to boost that in this mod. Without further ado, though, we'll check out Silathrax, the Magister leader, well dressed in the purple and black. Again, casting has been changed, so you don't really need to use a spear. I'm not sure if he's going to use a greatsword, but really opens up a lot of builds for the Magister, which is something I think is really cool. So we'll check out what he has. He has Mastery Order. He is ballistic. I know he's holding the sword. I don't know if he's trying to mislead some people, but it looks like he is a ranger. He will shoot with a bow as needed. But he has Mastery Order. Mastery Nerve Shot there. That gives it away right there. Adrenaline Rush, so if he wants to shoot maybe 5 times. Blood Sacrifice. Now, of course, this has changed. You attack, and all your spells are cheaper by 1 offensive point for the rest of the turn. So that's pretty cool. Used to be you had to attack and then use it immediately. Battle Tongue to make that order cheaper. Knowledge of Mordheim. I don't know why he has 5 meters movement, though. I don't know what's going on with that. Does he have heavy armor on? Oh, that's why. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if he'll be taking heavy armor. So it looks like, okay, 7. That makes a bit more sense. I was like, is there a bug? And then he's got improved casting to try to bypass your resistances and quick reload. So he's a hybrid. He's a, what I would call, yeah, a hybrid, a ranged and magic hybrid. It's very interesting. I'll be using the Weapons of Destruction, pretty much a stable. The damage decreased by 20%, but it'll last 3 turns now. Veil of Corruption. This one's kind of complicated. It's 4 red pills, so 3 if you use your passive. And close it plus the Doomweaver. I mean, that stacks really well. On a side note, the Idol of Change, which he may have, yeah, it's pretty typical. He would reduce spellcasting by 1, and same with his passive. But it has to be melee. It's not going to trigger with his bow, but you basically get -2 OP for spellcasting. So Weapons of Destruction could be free, for example. So he can get this all the way down to 2. Now what's it do? It reduces range resistance by 30% for anyone within. It's kind of the opposite of the Skaven skill. Gathering Wordstone causes damage, and then leaving the area gives you a melee resistance penalty of 30%, which is pretty fucking significant. So kind of like, again, the Skaven. Skaven's similar, it's 30%. So it's like the opposite of the Skaven spell. The Mists. Warp Mists or something Mists. So that's the Veil of Corruption. You never really saw it in the normal mod or vanilla game because it was pretty shit, I think. It was just like a Wordstone thing. The ranged and melee stuff has been added in the mod. Acid Breath. People will take it with the cult because of the armor bypass, and it is stackable. This is another way to get through armor with the Magister. And the Vision of Torment, a lot of people do just throw this on there with the last 2 spell points with the Tome of Abilities. If you get in trouble, you might use this to try to stun some people. Otherwise, it can reduce some melee and range resistance again. So he has the potential to remove 40% of melee resistance alone, this unit right here. So it looks like an order leader that can shoot things and cast his magic. Then we got Shayak, the mutant melee hero. Clawfoot, not changed. Crusher, that should be the same, I believe, too. Okay, that's different, I believe. Reducing initiative by 10. Wow, stackable. Yeah, you can absolutely stagger somebody, basically. And then the eye was buffed for, it was 10 and 10, now it's 20 and 20. So, pretty cool. So this guy can stagger people, lower their initiative. So that, I believe that was used to be a crit weapon. It still is, but I'm not sure what it used to do. It was not that, though, so keep in mind that's a little different. He has Mastery Sidestep, Dodge 125, Adrenaline Rush to get off 5 attacks, Blood Offering to do crit damage. It's probably going to be a bit of the crit. We'll get to that in a second. Armor Break Basic, take away even more armor. So Shadow Lord's Touch, this has been buffed from 5 to 10% in the last 3 turns. So if you pick up a stone, and then you apply the Blood Offering, you've gained 20% critical hit chance. You're already sitting at 42%, which is pretty good. Most people are going to be around 20 to 30, so it's going to give him a good crit chance when he hits things. Chaotic Advantage, every stance you get 5 offensive points back, 80% chance, which is really good to get some counterattacks off to make the cult more offensive. We've taken away some of their spike damage, but they have a lot of damage options. Sustenance damage, you know. Void, 30% increased dodge chance, and Hardy for a few wounds. So this kind of looks like his, he wants to put him on maybe a faster impressive, knockdown at speed, so it doesn't, so that he gets 2 turns in a row. And if it's a daredevil opponent, you can dodge against it all day. So it kind of looks like the tank designed to lock down the impressives. And then we got a shooter. He's got the eye. We talked about that. Clawfoot, still the same. Featureless face, he's going to be the scout. Gives him a 100% perception chance, and he can scout, and also the poison resistance, which is handy against like things like the Skaven. So he's sitting at 80% already. Pretty good. So he's going to be a ranger, you can see. 15 and 15. Looks like he might have a headshot. Yeah, headshot mastery. Nerve shot again to break those stances. Wall runner. Free climb chance. Reduce climb chance. But he's got clawed feet, so he should be able to get up the wall pretty easily. Attracting lure, in case he doesn't want to be locked down, you can use a lure and get whatever's tying you down away from you. Swift jump, that's the free jump down. Free to train and free to use. Then we talked about the crit chance again. Quick reload, basic hardy, knowledge of Mordheim basic, and athletics. Oh, I guess to go with those. So wants to get up high and shoot things, break their stances, and stun them. So probably his spawn can go in and clean up. Now we'll look at the Doomweaver. This will be interesting. You can do so many builds with the Doomweaver now. Same with like any of these hybrids, like Eshin and Warrior Priest and Wolf Priest and like Magisters. There's just really so many ways to go with magic casters now. He has Mastery Exhaustion, be able to run around the field. Mastery Introspection for more spellcasting. Quick casting. So this guy looks like a caster. Reduce spell by 1 point. So if he gets in his idle and uses quick casting, he can get off some really cheap casts. Wild casting for increased casting chance, but also more curse chance. The jump thing we've talked about. And this is, he starts with this, increased curse chance. Knowledge of Mordheim, Daub of Hatred to do more damage with the spells. Improve casting to bypass you. And then he has stun resistance. So he might put on a helmet of the stun resist one he can put on, because he is prone to stunning himself. So maybe he'll True Grit. He can put on like a helmet of True Grit and have pretty good stun resistance. It looks like close to 100%. As you cast a lot, you can stun yourself. It looks like Burning Blood. Again, this is really strong. You can get a lot of magic damage out with it. Idol of Change for magic resistance for his team, and to make it cheaper to cast. And then Idol of Blood. This is really good for giving your team some healing back. One-time use. totem where you can just get really good healing off on it. And I don't think I've said their names. They're impossible. Balsroft. Now we've got Bizark the Marauder. Tanky little fella. Crown of Bones. Stun resistance. And it gives you some armor. Clawfoot again for mobility. And Slicer. Increased hit chance, and it reduces melee resistance. So he looks like he's really worried about melee resistance and armor. Two things you can get through with this warband. Another stunning opportunity here. So he's got headshots and overpowers. Adrenaline Rush, in case he wants to do 5 attacks. Armor Break Basic again. I mean, with his other spells, he doesn't really need Mastery, right? Weapons of Destruction and whatnot. Acid Breath. Basic Insult, Basic Web of Steel, 100%. It looks like it's not the strongest. But if you had 2 skill points, get it, right? There's a Norse Charge, 10% extra damage for 3 turns. Hardy, tanky little fella. Same thing, Chaotic Advantage, try to get those 5 offensive points back. So say you don't even use Adrenaline Rush, you can get 14, that's 7 attacks a round, that's significant. Try to reduce his own stun chance, especially with the Crown of Bones, and then Tracker. So, I don't know, he's kind of a stunner, damage dealer, tanky guy. Just jack of all trades kind of unit. And you've got Faragultatula. Okay, wow. I wonder if you just picked this because it looks fucking cool. This guy looks cool. I'll give him that. This tongue. Alright, mouths everywhere, eyes. Cool looking little spawn, Slaviour. He's got the Demon Soul for magic resistance, most likely. Crown of Bones for stun resistance. You're not going to stun this guy. And extra limb axe for the damage, and armor bypass and dodge bypass. So he's got basic sidestep for some survivability and probably to counter Daredevil opponents. Mastery exhaustion. Not a lot of HP on this guy. Adrenaline Rush basics, get the 5 attacks. Daredevil, he is going to take Daredevil. So he'll have to worry about his own dodge tanks. Basic Insult. Terror he starts with. Chaotic Advantage. Again, this has really been buffed in the mod. So to try to get, 14 red pills around, basically. Plus, remember, he's got a Mastery Order leader. Knowledge of Mordheim. We did nerf movement. Paranoia did, so he's only got 7 meters movement. He has a very kind of slow warband for the cult, even with clawed feet. And there's the magic resistance. And then weak spot, try to get by that dodge. Parry's clearly not going to be a problem, but I don't know. He's got the arm for the dodge bypass, 15, that's going to be 30. So he's going to have a decent amount if you add everything up. Because the arm was 15. So you're looking at 45, that's 55, right? And then plus some of the other things that that the cult can do to get through the dodge. So, but yeah, if you he's not going to last long if he's focus fired. So that is the Chaos Spawn. He's a cool looking dude. I'll give him that, man. So he terrifies me. No wonder he has a terror test. So that is the Asylum Second Chance. Let me think. I did talk about everyone. 2 mutants, a Spawn, Doomweaver, and the Marauder. Very sad, no possessed. Those are my babies. But it's cool to see the mutants out there. Happy to have you back, Slaviour. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you out there on the mean streets of Mordheim.